Hi, this is Jeff.
And this is Steve.
From the 12A Podcast,
where we talk entertainment and movies.
Under a budget.
Listen to us at foureyedradio.com.
And now, enjoy our friends on this next podcast.
Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this Four-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity.
Hello world, how we doing? Michael Turner here.
You got John Turner over here and a little Tribe Called Quest. Microphone check 1 2. What is this?
Coming to you live. I love that, dude. Microphone check 1 2. What is this? Probably one of the hottest how to start a track by Fife Dog.
Yeah, it just started with yo.
Yo, yeah. That's how you ride a beat, ladies and gentlemen. That's a little bit of Tribe Called Quest for your eardrums there to start it off.
One of my favorites, all-time favorites right there.
Yeah, and then I think at a young age you introduced me to, I think I probably stole a CD from you.
Certainly, yeah.
A Tribe Called, yeah, and then I fell in love with Tribe. That was around the same time. I remember actually there was an era where I was just, the older brother. You're the older brother.
I am the older brother.
You definitely had an influence on some of my tastes. I remember when I stole your Jurassic 5 Quality Control CD.
Yeah, and it's like when Dorothy opened that door and the black and white turned to color.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's a great album.
That was a great album. That is a great album.
Yeah, still is.
Yeah, still to this day.
I haven't heard that in a long time, but yeah, that's a great album.
Maybe we could start with that maybe next
Quality
week.
Control.
Well, so also but go back to Tribe being one of your favorites. We are thinking about next week we're going to be on the river as we were talking about with everybody last week, and we might just give you guys, because we're not going to record it next week. Obviously, we'll be
on the
just
river.
Mode.
Yeah, on a river. That's going to be tough to record on a river.
Yeah, I don't think we can bring the equipment down. So we might record one just talking about kind of some of our favorite stuff.
Absolutely.
Favorite movies, favorite music, maybe favorite sports memories or favorite sports players or something like that as far as sports goes. So I think, should Tribe be discussed in that? Probably.
I think so.
Maybe for 80%.
Definitely one of my favorites. Big Mike Ward shout out on the Tribe Called Quest.
Mike Ward, Tribe. Tribe is great. If anybody has never experienced Tribe,
you haven't lived. I'll say that.
You haven't lived, but it's almost it's almost one of those things too. Last week I was saying how, like, if you've never listened to Atmosphere, I'm almost excited because you get to listen to
that'd be
this
great.
whole catalog. Imagine not having discovered Tribe yet.
Actually, that happened to me at work the other day. I was playing some Outcast, ATLians, and this kid, I work with some young kids, 20, I think he was 20 years old, and he came in, he's like, man, who is this? Is this that new shit? Like, what is this? And I'm like, no, this is Outcast. He's like, this is Outcast? Had no idea, blew his mind.
They made music before Hey
Yeah, and then he's just like, this is crazy, dude.
That is crazy.
Like, go enjoy this. Like, literally, go home. And, like, quit work right now and go home and listen to this album.
Oh, 100%. Are you
quit your job.
Quit your job. Are you as far as Outkast goes, people always have their preferences. You're an ATLians guy? Or are you
I celebrate the entire catalog.
Well, sure.
But I would say Aquemini is my favorite album.
Aquemini is always
I'm not taking anything away from ATLians.
Oh, yeah. No, there's nothing.
Southern playlistic music.
Cadillac music? Southern playlistic Cadillac music was really good, actually.
Very good. And Stank on You. They're all good.
Yeah. Best thing about Outkast is they're not all significantly different. They all kind of have the same vein of just, who Outkast is, but
Alien rap.
Yeah, but like they all took significant turns. Every album was different and had its own thing going on. Outkast is great. But other than that, yeah, Tribe Called Quest, get into that. Microphone check 1 2. What is this? That one of my favorite documentaries in the past 5 or 6 years was definitely that Tribe Called Quest. Michael Rappaport.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy, dog.
Beats, Rhymes, and Life. That was a good one.
That was a great one. Other things going on in music this week. I know Have you listened to anything in the past week or so? Any new stuff or anything in general?
Atmosphere album came out last Tuesday. I've given that a couple of spins. That's pretty fantastic.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I actually like it quite a bit. I got a week is usually I give it a couple spins through. I've listened to it probably twice in its entirety. It's really good because I took a road trip here or there, so I was able to be in the car for a long time.
Yeah, you're on the road. You're in the car a lot more than I am.
Right, which is
going to shows and stuff, so you get to listen to it a little bit more. Which is conducive
to bumping tracks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That Atmosphere album, I think, is a return to. I wouldn't say it's a return to his old form. What I would say is his last like 2 or 3 albums are really deep, like significantly deeper than.
He's getting older, man.
Right, he's getting older.
He's looking back a little bit.
Yeah, and he's got some deep cuts on his last 2, 3 albums. I think this one is a little bit more. I would never call it basic or anything like that because he's always going to have some deep tracks, but it's probably a little bit more palatable to some people that are just trying to get into Atmosphere, which is good. But at the end of the day, always some deep cuts, dude.
Sluggo.
Some of those lines, he'll just hit you with, what? Oh, my God. He's on one of his lines is like, he's got that one love track. He always had some slick love lines that are just so...
Yeah, but it's like, I could never say it. I mean, I'm not Slug. If I tried to pull off some of the stuff he was saying in those songs.
Yo, girl, you look like you got a mouthful of baby birds.
I'm like, what?
But you're like, damn.
You're gonna get slapped in the face.
That's really romantic.
Yo, what's up, girl? What time you get off work?
You got a mouth.
You got kind of a pretty voice.
Yeah, that's shit.
You had chicken pebbles.
Onion buns.
Yeah, chicken pebbles and onion buns.
Oh, Slug. What was your favorite Atmosphere album?
Man, that's tough. I loved If Life Gives You Lemons, Paint That Shit Gold. But I mean, I think my favorite's God Loves Ugly.
Yeah, God Loves Ugly is always good. I was a big. I would go with your initial choice. I thought When Life Gives You Lemons, Paint That Shit Gold was his.
And that's a great album name or
true
title. That's great.
But all his old shit is fantastic too.
Yeah,
really coming to his own. Ant production wise, come on now.
What was that line?
Get a better
I'm in my
duo.
late 20s, little girl. Don't flirt with me.
I've got the capabilities to program your circuitry.
That's crazy, man.
Do yourself a little justice.
Don't let Slug undercook your muffins.
Wait, did I just say that? I did. I must be losing it. Yeah, we'll do that from time to time.
We digress. That should just be... Actually, we're going to rename the show I Digress.
I Digress. But either way, Atmosphere, if you're wondering, if you're on the fence about diving into that album...
get off the fence, man.
Get off that fence, dude.
Jump in. The water's
warm.
Quit
acting like that, Mr. Feeney, bro. So that is a good one. Atmosphere for sure. Other than that, you said there was a Black Keys album. It didn't come out yet, though, huh?
I think it came out today. I think I saw something, but I couldn't find it on Spotify. I could be wrong. But
we're so Spotify.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
We should probably buy albums.
We should probably something, I guess. Yeah, support the music industry. But yeah, big Black Keys fan. Can't wait to see what they come out with. If it didn't come out today, I'm sure it's
soon. They got something soon. And then in our absence, there will be a new Roots album.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. That's fantastic news.
Dude, Fallon's been all over it. And I believe it's coming out next Tuesday. I don't know the exact date. I know it's coming out within like the time that we're out, which is great news.
I love the Roots.
Yeah, the Roots are fantastic. So that'll be exciting. It's called And Then You Shoot Your Cousin.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so it's a real heartwarmer.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's
lighthearted stuff. I think it's more of in the same vein as Undone, with a little bit of the concept album, but I don't think the entirety is one story. I think it's different stories throughout it.
That'll be cool.
It's a Magnolia feel. I think it all ties together in the end.
So
it's pretty much Crash.
Yeah,
it's Crash,
just like Crash.
Yeah, exactly. So we obviously have the river coming up. I think that's a big opportunity to get your mind right for some things. Have you been diving into any music as far as getting your brain prepared for what this river is going to be all about?
Yeah, I've actually been trying to like stick with river themed songs. a lot of like Neil Young down by the river, listening to Bruce Springsteen's entire The River album.
Right.
You know, just, I mean, literally with the word the river or river.
Anything with the river,
in it, yeah.
Oh my god.
A river runs through it. I watched that movie recently. Just
Right.
to just try and get in this river state of mind.
The entire soundtrack of that Kevin Bacon movie, The River
Wild.
Wild.
That was very cool. Been
You
watching
listen to that
Apocalypse
whole
Now.
soundtrack?
You know what I mean? Just trying to, I mean, we could recreate
Apocalypse
some
Now.
scenes from Apocalypse Now on the river if you'd like.
I don't know if
could get
we
pretty
should
dark.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you
don't do
Don't
that.
stay away from Colonel Kurtz.
Oh, that would
But
be wild.
Springsteen, The River, that's a fantastic album. I'd just like to say that.
Yeah, so I need to probably brush up on
1980,
more of my
yeah.
Springsteen stuff.
Is
Is that a good album though? Is that like an album where you would say if you're going down a catalog of Springsteen stuff?
That's one of my favorites because it's got one of my favorite songs. It's got Hungry Heart on it. Is one of my favorite Bruce Springsteen songs.
Oh sure,
Got a Wife and Kids in Baltimore, Jack.
that's love right there. River. So you've just been doing river themed music. That's very
Only
interesting.
titles with the title.
Yeah,
The
with-
title needs the word river in it. No, I'm kidding. It is about a vibe too. And
Have you listened to TLC's Waterfalls?
no, well, that's a good point. I should. I mean, I guess.
I mean, you
anything water
shouldn't.
involved.
Yeah, I don't think
Involving
you're giving
water.
all the water a fair shake. I mean, we're going to see some waterfalls.
Yeah, we are
on
going to
this-
see some waterfalls, some tributaries, some smaller rivers. But
deltas.
yeah, I think it is about
Probably
a
not
vibe
deltas.
on the river, though. And for me, it doesn't exactly mean like let's listen to like Disclosure or some bullshit like that.
Uh-huh.
I think it's more like folk rock and like
Yeah, I think it's a mentality.
and like, Neil Young and
Yeah, I'd look at the river trip as an opportunity to clear the mind, be able to take in America to the fullest, which is going to be beautiful, but also just like kind of, obviously, we're going into one of the 7 wonders of the world. Are there 8 yet?
I don't. Well, yeah, Paul Brown Stadium. Yes,
Wasn't China one of the 8th wonders of the world?
I think we're
the
talking
wrestler?
about the great. No, not China. CHYNA. China.
Yeah.
I think you're correct. Yes, that's true.
Was she
the
not?
8th wonder
Or the
of
9th wonder of the world?
So there's got to be at least.
I
10
always
by
feel
now.
like there's 7, but then in wrestling they always call themselves
7
the 9th.
natural
And
wonders
they
of
just
the world.
omit the 8th. There's 7 natural wonders of the world.
Right.
We're
And
going into one of them.
Yes, we're going to be riding a river through it.
And so, we're riding a river through it. We're going to be able to take it all in, to your point, the folk stuff.
Not just folk, but
or
I
not
don't wanna
like just
listen to
kind of like
Slayer.
some... Right. Yeah, Slayer's not going to...
It's a laid back feeling. I'd like
It
to
is a
have.
very laid-back feeling. Eagles
Absolutely.
Eagles for sure.
John Mayer's
John
latest album
Mayer's
was good,
last
yeah.
couple of albums have been very more laid back. Good music to just kind of
Some Jay-Z. Speaking of Jay-Z,
Hove?
did you see that video of
Oh yeah,
Beyonce's sister?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I wanted to. Yeah.
What?
What did he?
Can we get some volume
What did he
on
say
there?
to her?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What if
It
he
looks
just
like-
leaned into Solange's ear and said, "I bet you're Destiny's foster child"?
Oh my god! Yeah, no, I don't know. It looks like she gets on the elevator. He's done something outside of the elevator before.
Yeah,
they
outside
get
of the
on.
elevator. There was
Or she
something
could just be
popping off.
batshit crazy. Sometimes you can't teach crazy. You
You
can't.
think she just spazzed out?
She could just be batshit crazy.
No, there was something that occurred outside of that elevator.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. But I think everybody handled it pretty well.
What if like we come to find out like a month later when somebody finally says the truth, all you find out is like he spoiled Breaking Bad for her or something. Like he just hit her with like the craziest spoiler.
What, Hank?
Are you fucking serious?
They're minerals.
She was kicking him too. She reacted as if somebody spoiled Breaking Bad or like Game of Thrones or something.
Yes.
I don't even watch Game of Thrones, but based on other people's reactions
That's how
to
I would do it. I would
spoilers,
kick somebody in an
right,
elevator
almost
right in
in
front
the
of their wife.
swans,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Little off topic there.
Little
Sorry
off
about that,
topic.
yeah.
I agree. That was a crazy little thing that Jay-Z dealt with that pretty well, though.
As well as you can. I don't know
Yeah.
how I would have dealt with it. Yeah.
Beyonce,
I've actually
however,
I've never been
I
in
felt
that
like
situation.
Beyonce could have said some things.
Yeah, he could have stepped in. It's your sister. He can't do anything in that situation. Jay-Z cannot do anything. He's wrong no matter what he does. If he grabs her, does anything, she has to step in
Right.
and calm her sister down.
But that would have been crazy, too, if she did step in. And then they're in a fight. It's all bad.
It should be
But
fun.
I think
Christmas
that
should be
videos
good,
like
yeah.
that let you know how smart Jay-Z is, though.
He knows he's always being watched.
He's always being watched. I do feel like he's always just a
He
smart
probably said some
motherfucker.
cold-blooded shit, though.
Oh, yeah.
while remaining calm, but saying some cold-blooded shit. Like, baby, what's your name?
He just started singing the Holy Grail.
Yeah, just lyrics.
Other music I've been diving into. You know what I was listening to a lot? Or, well, not too much, but a couple of times I spun through it for the first time ever because I always wanted to dive into this guy's one of these albums.
Raffi?
Raffi. Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life.
Oh, man.
What?
Yeah. That'll make you feel good about everything.
Drago's been telling me about this. Cousin Drago.
James Drago.
And he always told me that was a good album, and so I was.
Do you believe
to
him
that.
now?
I do believe.
Yeah, that's some great
got
music,
some
man.
Things on it, dude. So, first of all, that might be the best name of an album
Ever. Could be.
ever.
That's timeless. If there was a classic album.
If there was a list of that, I'd be interested. I bet that's on BuzzFeed somewhere.
The best album.
Best album names ever.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
Songs in the Key of Life. Are you serious?
That's good.
That is fantastic. There's some good stuff on there, though. But that doesn't really translate too well to the river. I do think once you get around the Red Rocks, there's something about some nice guitar.
Yeah. Singer-songwriters, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the EDM away from the Colorado River.
And then Neil Young was on... he's got a new album out, or no? It's an album where he covers music, and then he was on Jimmy Fallon.
He did it in like a
with Jack White's thing.
But Jack White made
Jack White has recreated a old booth, right? He bought this studio, I guess in the '60s, that used to be a way that you could record music and turn it into vinyl. And so
just quickly it pops out the vinyl right there when you're done recording it in the booth. And so he recorded his entire album in that booth.
It's actually the quickest. Jack White broke the Guinness Book of World Records for the quickest album made.
That's great.
Based on the music being made and then it being produced into an album.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool. That was actually really neat on Jimmy Fallon last night on Monday of this week.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. And so Neil Young's got that album out. He's just doing covers of classic songs that he loves. That's respect right there.
He's got some classics too.
He's got some things. Moving on, as far as the movie front, we both saw the same movie this week, I believe.
Neighbors.
Did you see Neighbors?
I went and saw Neighbors.
I saw Neighbors.
It was good. I liked it a lot. I haven't laughed out loud in a movie theater that many times in a long time. I honestly, I really thought that it was really funny.
That was a very good movie.
It was a little inappropriate. There was I went with Carolina. Little inappropriate. One too many dicks. I'm not a huge fan of dicks on screen, especially on the big screen.
Yeah.
But there were two.
They were necessary for the storyline, John.
Yes. Well, yeah, you got to have one. But this mother brought her two teenage daughters in and sat her right in front of me in Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
And then went back down to her seat. And about halfway through, we see her storming up the stairs like, get up, we're leaving. We're leaving now.
Yeah.
It wasn't that inappropriate, but it was definitely inappropriate for a 13-year-old girl.
No, yeah, I think... I didn't think it was actually all that inappropriate. There was some penis.
But if you were 13 years old, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, you ballparking it. Did you know they were 13?
I did not ask, no. But
You're going 13?
I'm definitely ballparking it, but 13, I don't know, 14 maybe. They were young as shit, man. They were
too young to be
way too young to be seeing that.
To be seeing cocks on a
It reminds me of when we tricked me, my friend Daniel... Aaron, and I can't remember who the fourth person was, but we tricked my dad into taking us to see American Pie when we were about 14 years old.
Oh, Lord.
We knew that there might be some nudity or something in there.
Yeah.
But we didn't tell him. I mean, the name of the movie alone sounds great. American Pie, I love that movie. I love that song. I love everything about it. I love America. I love pie. Let's go check it out. And I'll never forget when, what is her name that takes her shirt off?
Shannon Elizabeth.
Yes. You are acting like you didn't know what that name was. Like you're struggling to find this name.
Well,
you're Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon
it was definitely Shannon Elizabeth.
She was...
Oh, yeah. So she
Cream of the crop for a couple years.
She
there.
took her shirt off, and my dad is standing in front of us. He's standing in the aisle, like with his arms spread out, like, "What the hell is going on? What is this movie?
Yeah.
You can't tell your parents." And that's how. I mean, thank God the parents didn't do that to the 13-year-old girls, but it was definitely inappropriate.
Well, no, she did the most appropriate thing. She
Get him
actually
out of the
got
theater,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas dad just sat back
dad
down.
was just like, all right.
You've seen it.
I've tried.
That's what they look like.
You couldn't see through my my failed attempt of blocking your vision.
American Pie, also a classic. That's a great movie.
Well, I think American Pie, yeah, it is a classic movie. But when we saw it, it was so like significant to our high school years and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like that movie where you were like 13, 14. It was like perfect timing to see. That was a great movie.
When you watch it now, it feels like that's what it was like in high school for us.
Yeah.
It's, at least that's how I feel.
Neighbors was interesting because Neighbors was pretty much the perspective on this frat moves in next door to Seth Rogen and his wife and newborn baby. Yeah. So, and then these frat kids. That was actually funny to me because it made me think of all the stupid shit I did in college. I was never in a frat per se, but I definitely am really good friends with a frat, a group of dudes that are all in the same frat.
Good guys and those guys.
Yeah, great guys.
Very good guys. Yeah.
Great guys. From ASU. I was almost going to be in the frat, and then I was couple weeks in, I was like, why don't I just be friends with you guys?
Hang out with you dudes.
And then maybe not pay.
So as long as we're friends,
yeah,
then I can come to the parties.
So I was that guy. And but either way, this movie definitely dives into some hilarious stuff. The frat life stuff, which is so funny. Efron kills it.
Efron was funny. Efron was very funny.
And then that James Franco's brother,
Dave Franco,
has been funny in multiple movies to me.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I think the Francos, just like the brothers Turner, they got it going on. Man.
They do got it going on.
Quality.
They do definitely have it going on. And then very funny stuff there. That movie was probably the funniest movie I've seen since Seth Rogen's previous film, This Is the End.
This is the
Seth
end.
Rogen is killing.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites.
He's killing it right now.
And he just seems like a genuine dude. Like when he does his, I mean, he might just be doing it for the interviews, but he's got that.
No, I think he's just
like a normal laugh. He's just having a good time. It feels like that's what I like about him.
Yeah, he. This Is the End. I think. Did you like? What would you prefer over the two, Neighbors or This Is the End? They're different though.
I liked Neighbors because This Is the End got a little out of. I mean, whoa.
Out of control. See, that's why I think I liked. What? I think that's why I liked This Is the End. That it was just in this whole different realm of there
was no boundaries. You could go anywhere with it.
Yeah, you had to assume that it was the end of the world, and that shit was so funny to me. But I would say, yeah, they're both probably comparably funny as far as how funny they are, but completely different. Because Neighbors was actually pretty real.
Yeah, it was realistic too.
Yeah,
kind of charming.
It had some certain charm to it. Even though we started this by breaking it down by how many dicks were in it.
A very charming amount of penises in it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, so check that out. Both the Brothers Turner. I think give that the old thumbs up.
Yeah, it was good.
Maybe over time we'll figure out a rating system that we can be specific to.
Thumbs up works for now.
Thumbs up will work for now. Yeah. Thumbs up their asses. One thing I wanted to touch base on too, we had an overwhelming. First of all, last week, to sidetrack a little bit, we had such an overwhelming response, and we want to thank everybody that listened.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I know I was overwhelmed by the response. I think you
couldn't believe.
We didn't know what to expect, really. Big numbers. We're on the 4-Eyed Radio Network, which is a great group of just different podcasts. You got everything. I know they've got a couple of niche podcasts. As far as I think one of them's about one of them's called Power Rangers or something like that.
Power Hour or something like that.
Power Hour. Yeah, maybe I'm
not sure.
And
I think you're right. It's Power Rangers.
Yeah. And then there's a couple other ones. I know Socially Awkward Studios has one, as well as another one called Appropriately Inappropriate. Check them all out, if you get a moment. But as far as our first week on the new radio network that we're on, or the podcast network, we should call it. We were number 1 ranked as far as response for the week, and like how many people inquired into the. I know it was based on like you might not have listened to it the whole way through, but you press play on it, and there was like
a lot of people press play. I was shocked. It was awesome.
So very, very positive response, and thank you everybody. But to that response, I know that we had a couple of Facebook posts going on and stuff. I remember our cousin Drago, because we referenced what was it called, the Grand Budapest Hotel last week, and he suggested we see it. I actually did see the Grand Budapest Hotel, which is the new Wes Anderson movie.
I have not seen it, but I love Wes Anderson.
Yeah, you got to check that out. As far as Wes Anderson movies, I thought it was one of his best in a while. Sometimes his movies are just too Wes Anderson.
Very weird.
Yeah, right? But this one I enjoyed it immensely. I thought it was really good. Ralph Fiennes, is that how he pronounces his name?
The English patient. Yeah.
Isn't it spelled Ralph?
Yes. But, yeah, I mean, he's French or something.
Isn't that weird that we never question that? We just go with Rafe.
We're
There's an
questioning
L
it right
in
now.
it.
Yeah,
I guess we are.
Right. Ralph Fiennes.
He's a Ralph fiend.
Ralph fiend. You ever been to Rallies? You ever had Rallies French fries?
Have I? Yeah.
Those are really
John.
good.
Yeah, I think Rallies is great.
Yeah. That's me over here.
Rafe Fiennes? That's where you're from, Rafe Fiennes?
Rallies
French fries.
And if you're in the South, they're called Checkers. Same type of place.
Mm-hmm. We got Rallies out here.
We got
like one Rallies out here, though.
If you're wondering, if you guys ever are wondering, should I visit Phoenix? We do have a Rallies out here.
We do, and we just got Steak and Shake, too.
Yes, we did.
Which is crazy.
Shake, yeah. That's good. Let's make this the fast food segment. Forget about the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Well, either way, see the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Good movie.
That was
not as good as Steak and Shake, though.
Not as good as either Steak and Shake or Rallies. Rallies is a game changer as well.
You know what? The Steak and Shake out here, back to Steak and Shake, is it's not the same as back in the Midwest. They've switched it up a little bit, and because like when you get a Frisco mount, you're hoping to have some Frisco sauce on your cheeks,
right?
You know what I mean? And this one's kind of cleaned up.
They don't hit you with an aggressive amount of Frisky sauce.
Is it Frisco sauce? Am I making that up?
I believe I used to walk in at Steak and Shake and let the waitress know I'm feeling frisky, which would let her know.
Excuse
that
me?
your boy wants a Frisco melt.
How many times at that Steak and Shake in Montgomery? I don't know how many times, if it ever happened to you, but literally the waitress would say to our table, if you do not stop doing whatever you're doing, I'm going to call the police and have you removed from this restaurant.
A lot.
And the police were like right down the street.
Oh, we couldn't have been closer to
police station was right across the street, and she'd be like, I will call them and just have them come take you out of here. All right, we'll stop.
If anybody's listening that's not from the Midwest, so Steak and Shake is that 24-hour place. We all had it, though, like growing up. That was our spot where you just get shitty all night, and then you'd hit that spot at like between 2 and 5 in the morning or whatever.
Same waitress was there every time.
Same waitress.
Like, oh, God.
And you never remember her name, but she always remembers you.
Yeah. How could she not? She's sober. You're literally time traveling at Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. That shit was wild. Real good, though. Did you ever do I used to get a side-by-side.
You're a shake guy. You've always been a shake guy. I remember you used to order a shake. Wasn't it you who would just shake? You would like order a chocolate, not say the word shake, but then just start shaking?
I mean, first of all, does that sound like something I'd have done?
I think it was you, yeah. And the lady would just be like, first of all, yeah, what's wrong with you? And then she'd get it that you were shaking. And you meant that you wanted a chocolate and banana side-by-side shake.
I've grown up a lot since those years.
This was last Thanksgiving.
Steak and Shake. Stunk and Shunk. Stook and Shook. Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah, that's it. You know what I always get concerned with? For 2 weeks, you're out, you're on the river, there's going to be... Not only are movies going to come out, which is fine, when we get back we can see those movies, but at the same time, there's a window where if I've missed that window, I'm never going to see that movie. It could be in theaters for like another 2 months, but so I might not see... I think I'm going to see Godzilla in theaters, mainly because I think that's a movie that should be seen in theaters.
And to prove to David Susko that it is going to be good.
Prove to David Susko, yeah. I think I just think it's a movie that's going to be pretty badass and it's got some shit going on.
No, yeah, I completely agree with you. I think it's going to be good. I like that just craziness. I like Godzilla. I kind of like the first Godzilla.
I mean, I never remember hating it. I don't remember hating it. I've never seen it since.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't fault you there.
But
I missed Avatar in that one of my. I have a lot of regrets in life.
I think we've talked about this 2 weeks in a row now.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I feel like, or maybe we talked about that not too long ago. But either way, that's hilarious to me every time.
Yeah, I didn't see Avatar.
You just went ahead and skipped Avatar.
Yeah. I saw it on like a small TV.
I remember very sincerely having a conversation with you and saying, "You need to see this in IMAX 3D."
Didn't see it.
And I said, you need to see it before it isn't in theaters.
Didn't happen.
And you did not. That shit was crazy. It was pretty much Pocahontas in 3D.
Pocahontas? I did see Pocahontas.
It was the story of the American Indian.
Oh, okay. I thought like literally they weren't in the theater like singing like just around the river bend and stuff.
No,
like
there
that?
was no song, no breaks for any songs, which I thought was a big absence in the film. And that was
Did
like,
they sing
there
with
was
all the colors of the wind?
Couple of scenes with Sigourney Weaver, and you're like, she should just start singing.
Yeah.
But
you ever seen Alien with Sigourney Weaver?
have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The original?
They've been on TV a lot lately.
Yeah, it's good. Great.
I was watching the third one. Pretty good. It was all right.
When they're in the prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Aliens was good.
Yes.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Oh, Sigourney.
Wasn't I drunk saying that to people one time?
Oh, yeah, for years, yeah.
For years.
They mostly come at night, and they're just like, that's normally when people just are like, oh, let's go home.
Mostly come at night. Mostly. Yeah, Aliens is great. Aliens, all those movies. You know what movies I liked? Not gonna lie. Alien versus Predator.
You've been saying that for years. I've never jumped on that plane.
Dude, check it out, man. Two things that I like. I love the Predator movies.
Predator movies are good.
I even liked that last Predator movie with Adrian Brody.
That was pretty cool when they're just all of a sudden they're like just dropping out of the sky.
It's a good action flick, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate a good action movie. You know who makes good action movies? Say what you will about this man as a human being. You know who makes consistently some of the best action movies? TC. Tom Cruise. Every fucking time. Doesn't he?
Yeah, you know, people give him. I don't really care too much what anybody believes in religion wise. Like, he said done and said some crazy things in his personal life, but when it comes to putting it down for the city on the silver screen,
Yeah.
guy does it. You know,
Mission
every
Impossible
time.
4 was amazing.
Sorry about it. Yeah, that was amazing.
On the side of that fucking thing in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, it's great.
And then you're just like, why is he doing that? And it's like, well, if he did it any other way, it'd be a little bit more possible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
This makes it impossible.
Yeah, he's hanging on
And
with one
he's
hand.
still going to do it. Yeah, one hand. Windstorm.
Get real. Act real.
And see, he's got a new one coming out. Actually, I think that might come out when we're gone.
Yeah,
Tomorrow, today, or something.
We're going to be missing a lot.
What's that one? The Edge of Tomorrow?
I think you're right. Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow.
That is going to be pretty good, I'm sure.
No, yeah.
Oblivion, did you see?
I liked Oblivion.
That was, yeah. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was one of his best, but I thought it was really good.
You know what he's good at? He's good at running at high speeds, making it look cool.
Mission Impossible 2
Running.
comes to mind. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If
When
it was
he, like,
me out
runs
there
through-
running, that'd be
yeah.
like, is he okay? Is that guy's leg okay?
Right.
Like he looks like he's going to fall over at any moment.
He will run through an entire city in a movie.
Yeah.
And
Not
you'll
even
just be
winded.
like, yeah, that's true. And then you're like, oh, that's believable.
Yeah.
Did you see Jack Reacher?
I saw like the first 30, 40 minutes of it. Liked it a lot.
Pretty
but it was one
good,
of those
dude.
Netflix situations where you're starting to get a little tired. And
Yeah.
you're like, I'm actually into this. I kind of want to remember this.
It's good, dude.
So I'm going to stop it and then never start it again.
You know who's in it is Duvall.
Robert Duvall?
Robert Duvall's in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Robert Duvall.
So maybe go back and explore that one again. That was good. Those Jack Reacher, I dive into the fictional books every once in a while. Jack Reacher. If you're ever like jumping on a plane and you want to get a book,
Jumping out of a plane or
jumping out of a plane, jumping on a plane,
Okay.
on a flight, and you just need a book to read for the next like 4 hours or whatever, however long your flight is. Jack Reacher, man.
Firing it up.
Just get any of those Jack Reacher novels, dude. That guy is a badass character.
I like badass characters.
Type of guy that like his nemesis could be Duff Burns.
Duff Burns. Back at it, dude.
Exactly.
Talk to him on the phone.
Duffelbag boy?
Yeah, talk to Duff on the phone.
What's Duff doing?
What do you think he's doing? He's probably like sharpening a knife or something.
Preparing for the river.
Yeah. I don't know what he was doing. It sounded like he was sharpening a knife.
He's probably sharpening a knife, prepping for the river.
Can't wait, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
We leave tomorrow. We're driving up tomorrow.
We will be gone. By the time you guys hear this, we will have hit the road.
Yeah, on our way.
On our way. We'll be hitting you guys with this on a Thursday. We're going to be doing these every Thursday. TBT is going to have a whole new meaning. The Brothers Turner. Fuck a Throwback Thursday. Even though most of the things we talk about are throwbacks. That's neither here nor there.
That's true. Doesn't need to be Thursday to throw it back, Mike.
Exactly. And you always got to be thirsty. Because, right? Isn't that the excuse to just drink to excess on Thursdays? Thirsty Thursday?
Yeah, Throwback Thursdays.
Yeah. Alliteration.
Absolutely.
People like it. So, should we dive into some sports talk?
I'd love to. We just had the NFL draft went down. Do you have any thoughts on that? Any surprises?
Well, I mean, obviously, I always look at it as a Bengals fan. And I was extremely satisfied with their draft, but I also find that that's usually how I feel about every draft they've done for the past 5 years. I feel like they've got the draft down now, and I think they've also had a couple of good picks that made the draft easier. Like when you have a quarterback, it makes the draft a lot easier.
Right.
And we have a quarterback, regardless of what you say about Andy Dalton. We have a professional NFL quarterback.
Your team looks like it's in disarray when you're like at the top of the draft list, and like this team does not have a quarterback. Mm-hmm. So you just look like shit all the way team wide.
Well, yeah, it just screws everything up. So we have that, and we solidified the O-line, which I thought was good. We traded up for a center, which I thought was weird, but I heard that guy's pretty tough.
Yes.
And then
I love
DB.
I love the Jeremy Hill pick too.
Yeah, so I was shocked. I wasn't shocked by it, but I was like, all right, Ben Jarvis is getting old.
Yeah, not old. Again, I'm turning 30 in October. He's going to be like 30. Asshole.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay, yeah. In the NFL, he's old. Okay, not in real life. He's got plenty of time, man.
He's got his whole life ahead.
Yeah, what are you talking about? 30's a new 20, bro.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, Hove said that. But. It's good, yeah. I don't know. I remember him being a beast. I don't remember too much about Jeremy Hill.
He's the same. The same type of runner as that power back. Just
and then boom. And then Gio will just kind of switch it up constantly,
change the speed stuff. Yeah. And
then we got I thought was regarded as the best DB in the draft. Fell to us.
No fly zone, baby.
Anybody that he's got, that's like the best nickname for a defense.
Boom, or Legion of Boom's pretty damn good.
Legion of Boom is probably a little better, I'll give you that. But no fly zone for it also being in college.
Yes. They were very good. That whole secondary was good, and he was the leader on that team. Well,
and his perspective on that was like he looked at the year before and he saw that they lost a bunch of games by like they had like 6 losses, but in total they lost by like 13 points or something crazy. Like they lost by a point or two every time.
That is frustrating.
And so it was all about just those one couple of stops they could have made. And so that was the theme for the year, was the no-fly zone. Darquez Denard. I dove into some interviews.
Did you? Yeah, I was wondering if that came off the top of the dome.
Well, I saw him interview like a week before the draft, and I really liked him. I didn't think he would fall to us.
He'll be a professional. I might name my firstborn Darquez. Darquez Turner.
Denard. So, yeah, as far as that draft perspective goes, I loved the Bengals. I thought they always do pretty well, and the AFC North all really drafts well, so we got to stay competitive.
I'd like to touch on the fact, they did have a good draft, but I'd like to put this on record. I hate the Pittsburgh Steelers with a passion.
Well, I don't think hate's the right word.
Yeah, hate's like, loathe.
Whatever's beyond that.
And if I offended some listeners with that, well, that's fine. That's how I feel.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the Steelers.
Well, yeah, the Steelers specifically, not the listeners, but at the same time, fuck Steelers fan.
You.
Yeah. You're a Steelers fan. Fuck you. Yeah, everybody really drafted well in our conference, or in our division, I should say. So did the surprise really good draft was probably the fucking Browns.
Cleveland Browns. Yeah, as I said last week, I did not. I like Johnny Manziel, I like him a lot. I just didn't want him to go to Cleveland, and now I don't like him at all because he's in Cleveland.
I don't care for that guy anymore at all. I liked him.
Yeah, great.
I've always liked him.
Good for him. Yeah, and then
I never had a problem with him like people did. It sucks because now we just have to hate him.
Oh yes, and I will. I will hate him.
Yeah, it's always easy to hate. You almost feel bad for people that are on the Browns. I don't ever hate anybody really on the Browns. I'm always like, you're not really anything anyway. If they get good,
you don't really exist.
You don't really exist. Even though they always give us a fucking hard-fought battle every year.
Battle of Ohio every year, very tough.
But yeah, so Johnny Football is on them, and I hope he breaks his leg or something.
Yeah, that'd be good. But speaking as not just a Bengals fan, that is, I think. The fans of Cleveland were pretty excited about it, it seemed like.
He's already sold more jerseys than in his time since he got drafted. He's sold more jerseys than the same time period when Tebow, RG3, and somebody else big, like Andrew Luck or something, got drafted combined.
Really?
So those three
I didn't know that.
He already sold more jerseys than all of them. 2000s what's it called? Season tickets now have been sold just because of him. So that helps. They're but at the end of the day, they're still the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. When you get Costner in there making picks, I didn't think Kevin Costner had that in him.
That was a fictional movie, John.
Really?
That was a fictional movie.
Dennis Leary is not the coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Dennis Leary is not the coach. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fiction.
Great.
Just like Waterworld. What's always funny to me is the perspective that is taken on the enemy. Because we could like him, but now he's the fucking enemy. I don't know. It's weird. Like Ben Roethlisberger.
I hate that guy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird, and it sounds fucked up to say, but if he, got shot or something like that.
Yeah.
Indifferent, I think, would be my reaction.
I would never wish that on anybody, but if it happened, hey, what are you going to do? When he got in that motorcycle accident, I remember being okay, is he going to play again? I don't care either way.
Yeah.
He's going to never play football again?
Is he never going to play again? Because that'd be cool. Is this a Jason Williams type of crash? Or is this
what type of crash are we talking about? Like a Kellen Winslow
Is this a
type
Bobby
of crash?
Hurley crash?
Ooh, that was bad. Remember that? These kids aren't old enough to remember the Bobby Hurley crash.
Is it?
He was so good.
Yeah. But, Roethlisberger. Fuck that guy. Or Hines Ward.
Yeah.
When you see him.
I kind of wish he was on that motorcycle, too.
With him. On the back with no helmet.
Or maybe riding the other way and they run into each other.
If he was the guy that he crashed into,
that'd be cool.
No helmet.
Yeah.
The no seatbelt song.
Oh, man. Brand new.
Yeah. So fuck the Steelers pretty much is what we're getting at. And it's hard to really describe it.
I hate them.
It's almost like trying to tell somebody, if you're back in Cincy, but you're a Bearcats fan, why do you hate Xavier so much? There's just no there is a bunch of reasons, but it's as an Arizona State fan, I never even had a reason to hate U of A growing up. I fucking hate them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's real hate.
Any Sun Devils go in the draft anywhere?
I wanted the Sun Devils to be taken by the Bengals because we already got Vontez. But Will Sutton, Big Willie Sutton, got picked in the 3rd round.
He gonna eat.
Yeah, he's going to eat. He eats. He was very Geno Atkins-esque on the ASU team.
He eats.
He is hungry, dude. And he is on the Bears defense, which I thought was a great pick.
That's good. Good.
He had a down year last year, but I think it was because he was stupid. Somebody was telling him that he should gain weight before he goes to the NFL. Meanwhile, he gained the weight all the wrong way. He pretty much got fat as opposed to gaining weight muscle-wise. Right. He just got fat.
Like I'm doing right now. I'm gaining weight muscle-wise.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. He fucked it around last year. Carl Bradford also was a good linebacker, and he went to I can't remember where he went, but he'll be in the NFL, as well as the Chargers got Marion Grice.
Nice. Lots of touchdowns there.
A beast. He fucked up his knee or something late in the year, but he's going to be a hell of an NFL player, I think. Hands, speed out of the backfield, touchdowns. You know what he likes? Touchdowns.
Yes, he does.
Scoring them. So, that was good. What's your take on NBA playoffs right now?
Playoffs are pretty good. I made a $20 bet at work. I took the Wizards over the Pacers, and it does not look good.
Oh, in the entirety of the series.
Yeah, the whole
not
series.
Just one game.
Doesn't look good. 3-1, the Pacers are up, and the Wizards just wizarded that thing away.
They had that game, I thought.
God. But
they're a little too young.
I hate the Spurs. Spurs look like they're going to win.
Spurs are definitely going to win that
really
series.
tough.
Yeah.
Blazers
actually looked like they shouldn't be down 3-0 going in that. The way they played game 4, you're like, what the fuck happened to them? But they have no idea what they're entering a world of pain.
I've actually been watching a lot of, not a lot, but more than normal, I've been watching some NHL playoffs. A lot more, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the past couple years you've kind of dove into that stuff.
Yeah, playoff hockey, man. That stuff's legit. It's fun to watch.
I mean, I can't get into it mainly because I just don't know what I'm watching sometimes.
It's just so intense, and it just makes you want to like just pick up a stick and hit somebody with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
like those guys are pissed off. I can hardly skate. I'd fall down just skating. I can not even imagine having somebody then hit me in the leg with a stick. Like, hey, fuck you, man! Just trying to put this thing in the goal.
Yeah, hockey.
But then they can't fight. They can fight. But in the playoffs, you don't want to fight because then you're going to get suspended and you're going to hurt your team for the next game.
2 for instigating, man.
So it's crazy. It's a whole thing. They're so mad. I'm going to kill you, but they know if they punch him, they're almost trying to piss him off to get him to hit him so they get suspended for the next game.
And then also, how much more do you hate a person when you have to play them 7 times?
It's the worst. Yeah, I've been in a lot of 7-game series myself. I know yeah, you know what I mean.
7 gamers. That sounds exhausting, especially on ice.
Ugh.
Who's looking good? I know Pittsburgh and
New York. Rangers, that's a good series.
That's a good series, right?
Montreal and Boston. I believe Game 7's tonight or tomorrow. I could be completely wrong. Again, I'm a
Montreal and Boston.
I believe it's Game 7 in Boston or in Montreal.
I love that. We could just be making all this up.
They could have played this last night, but I think that's what's happening.
And then in the West Coast, it's I know the Minnesota Wild are playing
the Chicago Blackhawks.
Which I always think that's weird that they're in the West, but I don't know enough about hockey.
Well, you know enough about geography to know that does not make any sense that they are in the Western Division.
It says Detroit is in the West, right?
Yeah, they're very far west, though. You know that.
Jesus,
Detroit, California.
But yeah, so that's been interesting. NBA playoffs. Other than that. Well, the NHL playoffs are obviously a dynamic thing. I think this year the NBA playoffs have been fucking fantastic.
Yeah, the first round was crazy, and this one's
first round was crazy. This one, if the Nets in that Heat series would have been a little bit better, if it was 2-2 right now, that'd be great. But we're also talking to you guys here on Tuesday, so by Thursday that series could be different. But I think that the Heat Nets I thought was going to be a lot better, and I also thought the Pacers wouldn't control the Wizards so easily. But looks like in the end it'll be Heat Pacers again in the Eastern Conference Finals, which is exactly what the Pacers wanted with home court, and they've got that. And they're playing pretty fucking well right now. And then beyond that, the West Coast, you would think that it looks like the best team is whoever wins Clippers Thunder, but they're both going to be pretty battled.
Chris Paul looks
and
pretty,
the Spurs
pretty
could
determined.
Because the Spurs rested is a completely different team, so they could wrap it up in 5 games, whereas Clippers Thunder could go 7.
Yeah, the Trailblazers look a little outmatched.
Yeah.
A little shell-shocked there.
So. But that Western Conference Finals is going to be amazing. And I'm just realizing that we're going to miss the entire thing because we're on the river.
Yeah. Oh,
that sucks.
Yeah.
We're going to come back for the finals.
And people are going to be like, oh, dude, you missed it great. Well, really, I gained some perspective on life.
Yeah, that is true.
By riding down a river.
Got that perspective, son.
Yeah, where's your perspective?
The Donald Sterling, though.
Ooh, he's
He
got a
wasn't-
different perspective on everything.
What's it? Who is this man?
This man is he's living in a fictional world. He's made up this universe. He's just out here orbiting.
That Anderson Cooper thing is so funny. I love that he at one point said, "You know what it's like. You've liked a girl before."
Well, Anderson Cooper is an openly gay man.
Couldn't be. First of all, when he came out, he's so gay that when he came out, everybody was like,
I know. Yeah, we got it.
"Yeah, we got it."
This is. I thought that was.
I think we
I
figured.
thought we already knew that.
Yeah, you didn't come out yet.
AC's great though. Remember him
AC
covering the Hurricane Katrina?
Oh, who's all over it?
Yeah, he was everywhere. I was like, dude, get away from like you're gonna get swept away. He's like dead bodies behind him. That was crazy, man.
Yeah,
AC, man.
AC,
Love
dude,
that guy.
AC 360. You don't just come at him like that.
Mm-mm.
Donald Sterling, he said some fucked up shit.
He called him a racist. He called
didn't
Anderson
he?
Cooper a racist.
I don't remember how it even
Not
came
really.
up.
Like, he didn't say you a racist, but he said, I think you have your
Or he's more
mentality
racist
is more
than him or
plantation than his mentality. I don't know. Very racist man. He's a dinosaur. And how does he have bags under the bags on his eyes? Donald Sterling. He's got like the bag under your eye, man. It's got a bag under its eye. You are old as hell.
He's got the double bag.
Double bagged eyes. That's a bad look, dude. He was probably at the Last Supper, and he definitely wasn't there with Jesus. But
He asked for the double bag at the grocery store. Can you double bag my eyes, please?
yeah, I think you already got that under control. But
Yeah, we usually do that for milk, but yeah. The other thing he said was that Magic Johnson hasn't done a lot for.
yeah, it was like he drank a whole bottle of scotch and got on the air.
I was listening to somebody tweeted at Jay Moore today, and he said like the conversation would be to Donald Sterling saying, "Magic Johnson, what have you done for the black community?" And Magic Johnson's response would be, "I lived in it."
Yeah,
Lived in it. Yeah. Went ahead and lived in it, bro. That's just so.
Yeah, Donald Sterling just needs to be just taken out. Just be quiet. Stop
He should
talking.
be. We
just
should
disappear.
Well, it's people like that where you think, what is it that they do down in Colombia and stuff like that? Just kind of line shooting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking
line
about?
a couple people up for sure. And then just a firing squad. I think
A
it's called.
firing squad.
Yeah.
I
Line them
think
up
should be.
and shoot them dead.
I think there's something to that.
Sterling, Roethlisberger,
Roethlisberger.
throwing picks and raping chicks. That guy is an awful person.
Sterling for sure, and then a couple other people. I mean, maybe we could have done that with some of these executions. I feel like public murder is something that we've really snoozed on for about a century, and
time,
we
yeah.
should bring it back, dude. They used to do it.
Oh yeah, they used to do it a lot.
First of all, the craziest shit to me is watching like these old movies sometimes, and like that was like the biggest thing that was going on in the town that day.
Oh yeah, hey bro, you getting up early today? Execution.
Yeah, they're
Really?
gonna hang Charlie.
Charlie?
Yeah, remember Charlie?
I remember Charlie. Oh, not for long.
Yeah.
Well, I'll remember.
He was
Charlie
always
after
kind
that.
of an asshole, wasn't he?
Yeah,
They're gonna hang him. Yeah. Remember, he didn't. That motherfucker hasn't paid me back for the pig that I loaned him.
They're gonna hang him.
Well, they're gonna go ahead and hang him. Something different, but that sounds like a hangable offense, also. So yeah, public killings. That's what I'm talking about. How about the Redlegs this week, though?
Yeah, man.
Chippy Chap's back.
Welcome back to
What?
Aroldis Chapman, the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Dude, Chapman came back and threw Havarti
Yeah, his first pitch was 100 miles per hour.
for the entirety of the ninth inning.
Havarti, that was pretty good. I didn't catch that right away.
Cheese,
Yeah.
He's throwing just
Feta.
queso.
Feta.
He's throwing feta at these kids. And it's out of control. It's beautiful. And I think that so John and I always have the argument about the impact that Aroldis Chapman could make starting or closing. And I think that this time when he came back, the one thing I took away from it was the importance of having him closing.
At this point, that's what he needs to do.
I always thought he should have been a starter, and I don't think I'm completely wrong on that. I feel like a starter is always going to have a bigger impact on the game, and I think a closer is easier to find than a good starter. But that's besides the point, because what he's doing now, as far as closing for us, simplifies the entirety of the rest of the bullpen. Everybody goes back to where they. Yeah, but everybody goes back to because Broxton didn't. What's he doing in the ninth?
Well, I think that the pitchers feel comfortable where they feel comfortable, and he definitely feeds off that electricity when he comes out of on Sunday. Did you see that when he came out of the bullpen?
It was beautiful.
Place went nuts, and that's what I love about the city of Cincinnati. They embrace those players. Like when he got hit in the face, man, that was crazy. Do you remember being a kid? I remember I got hit in the head in the batter's box one time. And, the kid was like 14 years old or something. He was throwing like a 45-mile-per-hour fastball. That hurt.
I thought about retirement.
Yeah. Well, I would, yes, basically.
Yeah.
It did. But, I cannot even imagine getting hit in the face with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
Not only would I never play again, I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm done.
I'd be like, well, I guess he's got so much money on the line. I guess that's different. But, dude, if I got hit in the face from a ball that I just threw, and I knew that I threw that ball, I threw a heat rock to the plate, and said heat rock came back to the dome.
Yeah, in the face.
In the face. I don't know what I would do.
It's a wrap. It's over.
It's done. Yeah. Call my mom. Tell her I love her. I'm out. I don't think I would have bounced back, though. He bounced back pretty well. He's throwing straight cheddar now for the Redlegs. Joseph Daniel Votto had a walk-off this week.
That was great.
We took 2 of 3 from the Colorado Rockies, who are pretty fucking good. Next 6 are against some subpar teams. We got the Padres.
Ooh, don't tell James Drago.
Well, I love the Padres pitching staff.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think...
Is it Kennedy? Ian Kennedy on that team?
Ian Kennedy is on that
good.
team. Yeah, they shouldn't have traded him. The Diamondbacks shouldn't have traded him. But
Diamondbacks shouldn't have traded a lot of people.
Yeah. Diamondbacks let go of... who was that dude that went on to the White Sox and just tore it up? Carlos Quentin. Remember when he was a beast for like 3 years with the White Sox?
Yeah.
He was...
He wasn't like MVP before he
was
his wrist or something?
A boss, yeah, for like 3 years for them. And that was the Diamondbacks to let go of him. Diamondbacks are fucking weird. They got Bronson Arroyo on the bump today, though.
Yeah, Breezy.
I'm a fan.
Breezy, that hair, dude. You cannot not be a fan of that hair.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely still a fan of wherever Bronson Arroyo goes. But either way, the Redlegs have 3 against the Padres and then 3 against somebody else who's kind of struggling. And
Phillies. I think they play the Phillies.
Phillies, yeah. Phillies always give us a hard time anyway, though.
In Philly, always.
But I feel good about where the Redlegs are going. I think we got a nice little run in front of us, which will be beautiful. So hopefully that works out. But going into next week, I think what we're going to hit you guys with is a little bit of some of our favorite stuff, some of our favorite things. And we'll talk about all-time favorite stuff, favorite movies, things of that nature, favorite music. Tribe Called Quest might be discussed.
Again.
Favorite sports individuals.
Sports moments,
things like that. It'll be fun. So we'll keep you guys entertained in our absence, at least for one of the 2 weeks that we're gone. And we're about to hit the river and hit it hard.
I can't not wait.
Yeah. So either way, love you guys all.
Thanks for listening. Love you all in very weird ways.
Very weird ways. Much love and respect. Holla at your boy.
Peace.
Hey, this is Steve from the 12A podcast, where we've got movies and entertainment for you. If you want to learn how to get to second base for $1, check us out on the 4-Eyed Radio Network at 4eyedradio.com.